They claim that technology is going to take over the world. That's what they said. IBM Watson is going to take over for physicians. So I did a little research, and the following headlines came across my desk. IBM Watson for oncology, which is designated to provide physicians with evidence-based medical treatment options. The cloud-based platform analyzes large volumes of structured and unstructured data to help physicians offer individualized, data-driven treatment options for their cancer patients. And then a venture capital firm just made a multi-million-dollar investment, which is developing artificial intelligence to automate the legal drudgery involved in corporate mergers and acquisitions. The, quote, robot lawyers aiming to replace the overworked factotums known as associate attorneys. And KPMG Australia has signed a deal with IBM Australia to use technology to do the company's big audits. Medical, legal, accounting. Cashiers don't exist anymore. Real estate agents are almost all on the web. Writers, self-driving cars. Technology could be taking over our world. I have a feeling next year you might have a Rabbi. So with this kind of barrage of technology, Rabbi, I think I'm ready to take the plunge. I've mastered this Facebook thing, and I'm ready to leap into the world of Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And with you turning 40 this year, you are finally reaching the age of Talmudic wisdom, so I could really use your help this year. Rabbi, I got to confess, I did something this week that might have gotten me into a little trouble.
Oy.
So I sent out an email to someone who's having a really, really hard time. And I closed the email kind of trying to lift up their spirits. I closed the email by wishing them a good week, a Shana Tova, a successful and meaningful new year. And I ended it with, LOL, Rabbi Steve. And I never heard back from him.
OMG, Rabbi. What did you do?
LOL, lots of love, Rabbi Steve.
Rabbi, LOL means laugh out loud. You have got a lot of work to do before you can open that Instagram account.
Can I let you in on another little secret, though?
Please.
You know, when I was growing up, there was a little symbol, and we just called it the pound sign. That's all it was a pound sign or a tic-tac-toe board, but now it's on everybody's email.
Where have you been? It's now known almost exclusively as a hashtag. Hashtags became a thing way back in August of 2007 after a former Google developer sought to find a way to unify similar posts on Twitter using a certain hashtag. You can group your tweet, your Instagram, or Facebook post to anyone who's posting about the same thing. So some of the more popular ones are hashtag TBT, Throwback Thursday. People post old pictures of themselves and their friends.
Only
and their
on Thursdays, though?
Only on Thursdays.
Okay.
Yes.
Of something that I did on a Thursday, or just...
Hashtag no filter, meaning you're showing it like it really is. Hashtag YOLO, you only live once. Hashtag Rabbi Phyllis rocks. Okay, that one's not really a thing, but it should be. Almost anything can be a hashtag, but there is one hashtag that has become somewhat controversial. Hashtag blessed.
Wait, I know about this one. 2013 Huffington Post. Rappers and movie stars and civilians with incredible access and privilege would put up photos of themselves doing awesome stuff. And then they would use hashtag blessed. The whole movement went viral. Viral means let everyone knew about it, Rabbi.
Thanks.
It made sense to the masses because they actually seemed sort of blessed. Maybe in this context, blessed means that you are endowed with divine favor, that God is choosing you for special privileges or gifts. At its best, this assumes that God deserves a shout out for our good fortune. Way back in 1977, Smokey Robinson was one of the first people to do it. He gave a an interview in the Chicago Tribune, and he said he felt blessed for his career. Jackie Joyner-Kersee called it a blessing when she won a gold medal in the heptathlon. But now, everyone seems blessed. It's not considered unusual. It's almost commonplace for someone to say, I'm blessed.
But Rabbi, at its worst, hashtag blessed is used as a replacement word for the least complimentary version of the word lucky. According to a 2014 New York Times article, quote, calling something blessed has become the go-to term for what many people call the humble brag. I'm not really bragging about how loving my spouse is, how great my kids' grades are, how nice my house is, how many friends I have, how fabulous my vacation was. As long as I tell you that I am feeling blessed, then it's okay. Jessica Bennett, the New York Times writer, wasn't buying God's presence in these social media posts.
So you're telling me calling something hashtag blessed has become the go-to term for those who want to boast about an accomplishment while pretending to be humble? Humble brag?
Yes.
That's a totally new word for me. So let me get this straight. So if you get invited to give a TED Talk, are you hashtag blessed or are you hashtag really smart? Let's say you score some playoff Cubs tickets in the first few rows. Are you hashtag blessed or are you hashtag been waiting all my life for this moment? Or hashtag well connected? And then there's hashtag BH, Baruch Hashem, which means blessed by God. Does God really have anything to do with any of these things? Well, maybe the Cubs, but does God really have anything to do with this? Remember that guy Tim Tebow? His Twitter bio had one word, blessed. That was his entire bio. The overuse of the word has all but stripped it of its meaning. We live in a world that sucks us in displaying the highlight reels of our lives in real time for everyone to see all the time. So I looked at a few. Fish tacos for dinner, hashtag blessed. Strawberries half off at sunset, hashtag blessed. Third row at Springsteen, hashtag blessed. Ridiculous. And if you can't be blessed yourself, you can always mock those who say that they're blessed. A Pittsburgh comedian, Devon Magwood, tweeted, caught a piece of turkey falling out of my sandwich right before it hit the ground. Hashtag blessed.
You know, Rabbi, even the Pope isn't exempt from sharing his life on social media, having launched his Instagram profile last month. Don't get any ideas. And he set a record when he gained his first 1 million followers pretty fast, more friends than you. But so far, no hashtag blessed could be found on his feed. In fact, the Pope himself would probably tell you that the idea of blessing has evolved from meaning consecrated in blood to what we now say, holy. Our rabbis imagined all of these different ways that Abraham and Sarah were blessed and how they were a blessing to others. But even our sages could not have imagined hashtag blessed. Our challenge is to get beyond using blessed when we just mean lucky and to focus on what blessing actually means to us. When are our lives truly blessed and how are we a blessing to others? Jewish teaching illustrates that it is our job as the children of Abraham and Sarah to be a blessing to the world we live in and to each other in a way that takes blessed to an entirely different level. So since I'm now at the age of wisdom almost, allow me, the very word bracha comes from the Hebrew verb that means to overflow. Imagine for just a moment those moments in your life when your heart is overflowing, truly full, when marked by a bracha, a blessing. Those same fish tacos, strawberries, even Springsteen tickets don't stack up to the kind of wonder a real blessing creates, something larger than itself. Baruch also comes from the word for knee, as in to bend your knee. By bending our knee in prayer, both literally and figuratively, we remind ourselves that we are not the most important person in the room. It's not a humble brag. It's just a little humility reminder.
So hashtag blessed is an invitation to reconsider your blessings, all of the ways in which you define your miracles, and then actively engage in a life that truly reflects something spiritually whole and complete. That is the real meaning of hashtag blessed.
Our tradition encourages us that we should be challenged to recite 100 blessings each day. In our morning service, we are asked to recite each morning Nisim B'chol Yom, miracles for every day. As tradition holds each morning, when we pause to take note of our newly opened eyes and remark on the fact that we have clothes for our bodies and shoes for our feet, we see those seemingly mundane moments as the miracles that they are. Watch yourself on any given morning as you open your eyes. Do you pause to take your blessings to their most fundamental state? Do we examine what we will do that day to bring a small blessing to someone else? Just that morning moment may lay the groundwork for our ability to change hashtag blessed in our lives to something even more meaningful.
One of my favorite moments occurs at Shalom every week in our library minyan as we gather around the table for Torah study at 9 a.m. Those gathered, students, adults, guests, regulars, each Shabbat, after offering the traditional prayers, have a moment to offer their own personal blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. For many, they've been saying the same thing each and every week, honoring others around the table who help the homeless and feeds them, for the beauty of this Shabbat day, for children and grandchildren, for the gift of the Sabbath, for the blessing of living in a free country. I especially like Buddy, who always says he's blessed for Rabbi Phyllis' favorite Torah portion, no matter what that Torah portion may be. And then they offer their own personal, private, unique prayers as well. It's so simple, yet so meaningful and genuine. It's acknowledging the real blessings in our lives. Blessing is giving. Blessing is nourishing others. Blessing is stopping to take in a moment and recognize it as truly beautiful. Blessing is gratitude in the absence of doing anything. Blessing is people, family, and friends. When we actually give of ourselves to others, we change others' lives and what we get from the intangible things they give us. Abraham Joshua Heschel wrote, "Just to be is a blessing. Just to live is holy."
How filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. That's what the beautiful mosaic says as you enter the school wing in our community court. Take a moment and think about how different our lives would be if hashtag blessed really meant awe. To be sure, the world we live in, actually the world we often create, doesn't always make it easy. I'm often struck by how much energy people are willing to expend on being angry or irritated or disaffected, but how little they are willing to spend on consciously finding the awe around them. The lure is strong to distrust, to stay hurt or stay mad. We focus on strife at work, at home, or on the national stage because there certainly is enough of that. How often do we take the stance that reasonable, intelligent people are meant to be blessings in each other's lives? What if hashtag blessed actually had you insisting to the person right next to you that you are here on this earth, in this place, to touch each other's lives and to make a positive difference in some small way? We are just that crazy to believe it is possible to be God's partners, to bring holiness to what we do, to see divinity in everyone we meet, and when we come to the end of each day, to feel that we really used our gifts wisely. So when we look at our lives with an eye on real awe and the blessings we bring to our moments, either by our deeds or by intention, then thinking about what we have done well and where we missed the mark will have meaning. Sometimes we were judgmental, or we couldn't bring ourselves to see the power of just being in the moment with a child or a friend or a parent. It's easy to hear and see the big things. After all, we come here on Rosh HaShanah to look at ourselves for who we really are and to listen, not just to the sound of the great shofar, but to really listen to that still small voice inside of us that speaks to our deepest ideals.
Maybe we failed to see too much of the abundance of our creature comforts and not enough in the things we may take for granted, like living in a free society, access to quality air and water and medicine, or maybe just recognizing God's greatest gift to humanity, instilling within us the ability to love. What an amazing thing to feel your heart fill with joy when you see your child's face, when you hug a parent, a partner, a very old coworker. These are the moments that are holy. Just to be is a blessing.
You know, that reminds me of a story.
Everything reminds you of a story.
There's a midrash that imagines two Israelite slaves walking through the Red Sea with the other Israelites as they're leaving Egypt. The seabed is wet and muddy, and these two are disgusted by the mud. "This is just like Egypt," one of them says. "They had clay there, they have clay here," the other one complains. The whole time as they're walking through the sea, they whine and kvetch and gripe about the mud. Their eyes turn down while the divide of waters, the greatest of miracles, is happening all around them. So often we fail to see the miracle. We fail to see the moment right before our very eyes.
So we are #blessed. If we choose to be different than those two Israelite slaves, to not keep our eyes turned downward, but to look up. Let's not only notice the miracles around us, but consciously define and make them happen. In every busy day, hot with details and distractions, stop just for a moment, to inject a blessing into another person's moment. Make a vow to yourself to not let another year or not even another day go by without bestowing and celebrating your true blessings with those people that you love, and then recognize them out loud. Imagine if you could bless your spouse, your children, your parents, your friends. Let them know you treasure their participation in your life. Let them know now, because we know all too well that this wonderful journey that we call life can place unexpected twists and turns in our path at any time. Just to live is holy. Ordinary moments can become momentous if we allow them to take hold.
So we ask you in this new year to take this opportunity today and throughout the coming year to open your eyes anew and actually define what #blessed really means in your life. As Marge Piercy writes in The Art of Blessing the Day, decide what you want to change and then pick up a tool. Bless whatever you can with eyes and hands and tongue, and if you can't bless it, get ready to make it new. At this Rosh HaShanah and throughout our year, let's make a different kind of #blessed go viral. Figure out what we want to do, what we want to change, or what we want to become at the most basic level. Then let's pick up a tool and bless whatever we can. And if we can't bless it, let's get ready to make it new.
So throughout this year, we hope that you'll participate and send us emails and pictures of your #blessed moments. Participate in our annual Chai Challenge. We're giving you a magnet to put on your car, on your mirror, in your house somewhere, or on your desk to remind you of what it means to be #blessed. We're giving you an amazing CD of songs about blessing. Listen to it. Let those songs fill you up. We're even giving you #blessed Shalom Kleenex. So when you say, "God bless you," you're going to mean it. Seek out those #blessed moments, the ones that strike wonder and awe in the simplest of ways. You know, I think I learned about this concept from a dear friend of mine. His name is Dr. Walt Whitman. And every year, Dr. Whitman brings the country's oldest and largest gospel youth choir, the Soul Children of Chicago, to our congregation. Walt's a man of faith and a dear friend, and he's here with us today. Walt lives the ideal and the idea that every single day, if we allow it, if we work for it, blessings are falling upon all of us.
We have the power to open our eyes and see those blessings.
We have the power to be a blessing and to make blessings fall on others.
In this new year, may mercy, favor, and blessing fall upon us, our community, our congregation, and our world.
And then we truly will be #blessed.
May it be for all of us a Shana Tova.
A good and sweet new year.